Welcome to Informed Tourist. I'm Curtis, your traveling guru. Have you ever planned the perfect affordable getaway, only to find your wallet under siege by unexpected costs? Today, we're diving into countries that were once legendary for budget travel, but not anymore. We'll explore why this shift is happening, from digital nomads to pop culture phenomena. Some of these changes will surprise you, and at the end, I'll share my game-changing 30-90 rule to help you save money, even in pricier destinations. Let's get started. The countries that used to be cheap but aren't anymore. Portugal, once Europe's best-kept secret. Lisbon used to offer old-world charm and bargain prices, pastel de nata and coffee for pocket change, seafood feasts for the price of a Parisian appetizer. But the secret's out. Prices now rival Spain and France. What happened? The world discovered Portugal's magic food, people, scenery. Digital nomads and expats, lured by friendly visa policies, brought higher salaries and drove up rents. Local businesses faced higher costs, so prices rose across the board. The old Tascas are still there, but now they're neighbors to trendy brunch spots and co-working spaces. The vibe is more international, more polished, and more expensive. Over-tourism strains infrastructure, especially in summer. Hotel and Uber prices surge. Portugal's authenticity and affordability are challenged by its own popularity. But bargains still exist, just not in the main tourist drags. Venture to lesser-known coastal towns or the country's interior for better deals. The days of stumbling into a cheap meal next to a landmark are fading. Portugal is still wonderful, but you have to work harder for value. Over-tourism means higher prices and bigger crowds. If you want the best of Portugal on a budget, avoid peak season and tourist hotspots. The lesson? No hidden gem stays hidden forever. Portugal remains magnificent, but it's no longer a backpacker's paradise. You need to be strategic to find the deals. The secret's out, and so are the bargains unless you know where to look. Portugal's heart is still there, but your wallet needs to be ready. Plan smart, and you can still have an amazing trip. Is Mexico still cheap? It depends where you go. Tourist hotspots like Cancun, Tulum, and Cabo now have prices that rival Los Angeles. Think $20 cocktails and $300 hotels. Tulum, once a backpacker haven, is now an influencer playground with luxury prices. Proximity to the US and Canada, plus a surge in expats and digital nomads, has created a gringo tax. Tourist zones are bubbles with international prices. Step outside, and you'll find the real, affordable Mexico. The challenge is finding the edge of that bubble, and crossing it. A meal at a trendy Tulum restaurant could feed a family for a week in Oaxaca. Mexico isn't expensive, but the places most tourists go certainly are. For authentic experiences and real value, skip the all-inclusives and explore colonial cities like Mérida, or Guanajuato, or the Oaxacan coast. The best food and culture are found in local markets and small towns, not overpriced beach clubs. The dual economy is stark and stir, international prices in tourist zones, local prices everywhere else. To save money and have a richer experience, get off the beaten path. Mexico's soul is in its family-run kitchens, not in $25 guacamole. The country is still affordable, if you know where to look. Don't let the tourist bubble define your trip. Explore beyond the hotspots for the real Mexico. That's where the magic and the bargains are. Thailand, the land of smiles and once the ultimate budget destination. $10 beach bungalows and $2 pad thai are now rare, especially in Bangkok, Phuket, and other hotspots. Bangkok has transformed into a modern metropolis with rooftop bars and Michelin-starred restaurants at international prices. The islands, once rustic, are now dominated by luxury resorts and high-end beach clubs. The pandemic rebound brought a surge in demand, keeping prices high. Digital nomads have driven up costs in places like Chiang Mai, creating a Western-priced ecosystem. Thailand is actively courting high-end tourists, shifting focus from backpackers to big spenders. But venture into the northeast or lesser-known islands, and you'll still find affordable guest houses and dollar noodle soups. The main tourist trail is pricier than ever, but bargains remain off the beaten path. Thailand's success in tourism has changed its landscape. No paradise stays secret forever. The food is still world-class and cheap, if you know where to look. For budget travel, avoid the main tourist hubs. Explore Isan or smaller islands for authentic, affordable experiences. The magic is still there, just hidden from the crowds. Thailand's heart remains, but you have to search for the deals. The days of shoestring luxury are fading, but adventure is still possible. Go beyond the obvious, and Thailand will reward you. Bali, Once a haven for spiritual, low-cost living, now the island of influencers and Western prices. Cafes in Canggu and Seminyak serve $12 avocado toast and $7 coffees. Menus straight from Los Angeles. The influx of expats, digital nomads, and Instagram tourism has transformed neighborhoods into Western-priced bubbles. Villas with private pools are still possible, but prices have soared, especially in the south. The economic disparity is stark. Expensive cafes next to locals selling handmade goods for $1. Overdevelopment has led to traffic jams and strained infrastructure. The classic Bali experience is now curated and commercialized. But Bali's magic isn't gone. You just have to look beyond the hotspots. Head north to Munduk, east to Ahmed, or explore Sidemen for peace and affordability. The default Bali is expensive. The authentic Bali requires effort to find. The eat, pray, love Bali is still there, but it's hidden from the Instagram crowds. Escape the bubble for a more genuine, budget-friendly experience. Bali's beauty and spirit remain, but your wallet needs to be ready. Plan carefully, and you can still find affordable paradise. Don't be fooled by social media. Real value is off the beaten path. The island's heart is strong, but the price tag has changed. Seek out local warungs and less touristed areas for the best deals. Bali rewards those who look beyond the obvious. The magic is still there, if you know where to search. Croatia's Dalmatian coast was once the Mediterranean's best-kept secret: cheap, beautiful, and authentic. But two things changed everything: joining the EU and becoming the backdrop for Game of Thrones. Dubrovnik, now King's Landing, is a pilgrimage site for fans. And prices have soared. A coffee on the Straton costs as much as in Paris, and accommodation rivals Venice. The same goes for Split and the islands of Var and Korčula, now playgrounds for the rich. The coast is crowded, and the sense of discovery is harder to find. But Croatia is more than Dubrovnik and Var. With over 1,000 islands and a long coastline, there's still old-world charm and affordability, if you look. Explore lesser-known islands like Vis or Lastovo, or the Istrian Peninsula for foodie delights. The interior, like Lika and the regions around Plitvice lakes, offers beauty and value. Croatia's transformation is a lesson in how pop culture and EU membership can change a destination. The bargains are gone from the hotspots, but hidden gems remain. Be strategic, avoid peak season, explore beyond the famous cities. The King's Ransom is real in King's Landing, but the real Croatia is still out there. Don't write off Croatia, just travel smarter. The magic is in the lesser-known places. Seek out the overlooked, and you'll find the Croatia of old. The coast may be pricey, but adventure and value await inland. Colombia's transformation is remarkable. Once off-limits, now a vibrant, welcoming destination. Medellin, the city of eternal spring, became a magnet for digital nomads and remote workers. The influx drove up rents and prices, especially in trendy neighborhoods like El Poblado and Laureles. Short-term rentals and expat demand have made it harder for locals and travelers to find bargains. This story repeats worldwide. Remote workers bring foreign currency, driving up costs for everyone. Colombia isn't New York expensive, but the days of ultra-cheap travel in the hotspots are over. Step outside the expat bubbles, and Colombia is still affordable. Explore neighborhoods like Envigado or Sabaneta for local prices. Beyond Medellin, Bogota, and Cartagena, costs drop dramatically. The coffee region, colonial towns like Salento or Jardín, and the Pacific coast offer incredible value. Colombia is huge and diverse. Adventure is everywhere if you look beyond the trendiest corners. The bargains that put Colombia on the map are still there, just not in the Instagram famous spots. Travel smart, avoid the expat enclaves for the best deals. The country's heart is in its small towns and countryside. Colombia rewards those who go off the beaten path. The real adventure and value awaits outside the bubble. Vietnam has long been a backpacker favorite for its beauty, history, and affordability. It's still a great value, but prices are rising in major cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. Economic growth has created a new middle class, fueling upscale restaurants, cafes, and malls. You can now find world-class dining and rooftop bars at international prices. The days of everything being dirt cheap are fading, replaced by a mix of bargains and high-end options. Rising wages and modernization mean higher costs for travelers. Street food and local transport remain cheap and delicious, but if you want boutique hotels or craft beer, budget accordingly. The price floor is still low, but the ceiling is much higher. Vietnam offers more choices than ever. $2 noodles or $20 ramen, often on the same street. Celebrate Vietnam's progress, but adjust your expectations. The best deals are still there, especially outside the main cities. For true value, stick to local food and transport. Vietnam's magic is unchanged, but your bill might be higher than you expect. Travel smart, and you'll still find incredible value. Turkey, where currency headlines can be deceiving. The lira's fall suggests bargains, but hyperinflation means prices rise just as fast. In tourist areas like Istanbul's Sultanahmet or the Antalya coast, prices are often pegged to euros or dollars. Menus may list lira, but the real cost is calculated in foreign currency. The result? Tourists pay European prices, despite the weak lira. Locals struggle with soaring costs, but tourists see stable, high prices. Step off the tourist trail, and your money goes much further. Eat at lokantas or visit Eastern Turkey for real value. Turkey's popularity means demand is always high. Cheap prices aren't necessary to attract visitors. The tourism economy operates by its own rules, often insulated from currency swings. Don't be fooled by exchange rates. On the ground, prices can be surprisingly steep. For bargains, seek out local experiences away from the main attractions. Turkey's magic is in its culture, food, and history, not just its prices. The real value is found in the streets, not the tourist traps. Plan carefully, and you can still find affordable adventure. The headlines don't tell the whole story. Turkey rewards those who look beyond the obvious. The world is getting more expensive, but that doesn't mean you have to stop traveling. My top strategy, the 30 to 90 rule. Stay 30 to 90 minutes outside major tourist hubs by public transport. You'll escape the price bubble, save money, and experience authentic neighborhoods. Bonus tip. Travel during the shoulder season, 1 month before or after peak times for better weather, fewer crowds, and lower prices. The key isn't finding cheap countries, but cheap ways to travel in the places you love. Which country shocked you with its prices? Or where do you think is about to get expensive next? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching Informed Tourist. Please like and subscribe. Want more travel insights? Click here for the next video. Travel smart, and the world is still yours to explore.